What's up, guys? So in today's video, we're going to be trying to work out who the mystery 10th player is in the PDC Premier League 2021. So if you guys want to get involved in this, then put your comments in the comment section below as to who you think it's going to be. And I'm going to go through a list of players who I think it could be, and I'm going to sort of decide who I believe is going to be one of the players. So if you want to find out, stick around, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're brand new as well. We are on the road to 22,000 subscribers. Help me get there, that'd be amazing. And yeah, let's try and work out who's going to be in the Premier League 2021. So, the Premier League is comprised of the top 4 in the world, plus a load of picks between Sky and PDC. I don't think they actually decided or said who was who in the picks, but let's go through who's already in it. So the top 9 who are in it are Price, MVG, Wright, Cross, Anderson, Darren Aspinall, Vandenberg, and De Souza. Now, I'm not surprised by this list. I probably would have put Chizzy in it over maybe Jose or Dimitri, but I think it's a fair list. It's a very fair list. I think a lot of people are going to be a lot of people are complaining about Rob Cross, but he is still world number 4, so he gets a merit. Jose, De Souza, or Dimitri they've had good years, and they've both won majors, so that is the reason why they got in there. A lot of people complaining that it shouldn't be in there. I think it's fair that they got in there. And then Darren not had the best year, but he won the Premier League last year, so he gets in there anyway. So after that, there is one player who we do not know. We have no idea who this last player is, so I'm going to try and work out who the last player is. So, first thing was the announcement. Matt Porter went on the TV and he basically said that the 9th player, or the 10th player, not the 9th player, the 10th player is going to be decided after the Masters. Now, the Masters is normally in January. I don't know exactly when it's going to be this year. Not sure if it's even been announced. Let me know in the comment section below if it has been announced, because that might make a difference in this video. But the Masters is normally around the middle to end of January, and there's a few things that I want to talk about. So we're going to find out who it is after the Masters. They haven't specified how far after the Masters we're going to find out who the player is going to be. So it could be in March, it could be in February, could be whenever. We have no idea. So there's a few things first before we get into this. Number 1, the Premier League has been said that it's going to start around Easter, which is going to be like April time. It's going to be around April, so that's the first thing. So the Premier League announcements are going to have to be between the end of the Masters and the start of the Premier League, so it could happen any point in between that time space. Now, another thing that's happening during that time space is Q School. Now, the Q School is going to go ahead, and one player in particular who a lot of people aren't going to want in the Premier League, but could be a potential in the Premier League, is going to Q School this year, Raymond van Barneveld. So we're going to have a look through a few players who are sort of like out there wild cardish people who people have speculated might make it into the Premier League, but I'm just going to say now, I don't think any of these get into the Premier League. So from the bottom to the top, we're going to go Ryan Searle. Don't think he's going to get in. Dirk, Peterson, Sulovic, King, Whitlock. They're the obvious outsiders who could get in it, but I just don't think it's going to happen for them this year. After that, we've got Phil Taylor. I don't see Phil Taylor getting in the Premier League. I think the Premier League is going... I can't see why they'd ever put a non-tour card holder in the Premier League. So we're going to rule out Phil Taylor. I would love Phil Taylor, by the way. I think Phil Taylor would be a great addition to the Premier League if he's playing well. But I just don't think it's fair on the other players if Phil Taylor just gets a gift in. Next up, we've got Raymond van Barneveld. So he will be going to Q School. I would expect he will get out of Q School and get himself a tour card as well. He might not, but I would expect him to. I think he's plenty good enough to do the European Q School. So, assuming that Raymond van Barneveld does get a tour card, and then the announcement is made after Q School, which is very much a possibility, I still don't think Raymond van Barneveld gets in. Again, for the same reasons as Taylor, apart from him having a tour card and Taylor not having a tour card, I do think it's just unfair and it would be silly. Barney's had his time, he's had his moment, he's had his last World Champs, he's had his last Premier League. I don't think he gets in. A lot of people think that he will. I just can't see it happening. I don't think it's fair. Can you imagine the amount of rubbish, the amount of shit people would get on Twitter if Raymond van Barneveld got in the Premier League? It's not happening. And then after that, we've got the three ladies who have made an impact in the men's darts over the last year or so. That is Dieter Hedman, Lisa Ashton, and Fallon Sherrock. Now, out of these 3 players, I think in the eyes of the world, the most likely is Fallon. But in my opinion, the most likely is probably Lisa. But I still don't think any of these 3 get in, so we're going to say no to the women as well, but could be. Maybe one day in the future we'll see some women players in the Premier League. I would like that. I do like seeing the women play. I think it's good for the sport. But as far as this year goes, I don't think so. So, moving on to the Masters now. Now, there are a few players in the Masters who haven't qualified for the Premier League already, and these are the people who are going to be the most likely to get into the Premier League. Now, the Masters, if you didn't know, is just the top 16 in the world. There's no wildcards, there's no picks, there's nothing. It's just the world's top 16 players. So, out of the world's top 16 players who will be playing in the Masters, but not playing in the Premier League already, these are Joe Cullen, Christoph Ratajski, Ian White, Daryl Gurney, Michael Smith, James Wade, and Dave Chisnall. Now, I did them in the reverse order of their world ranking at the moment. So, in order, it would be Chizzy, Wade, Smith, Gurney, White, Ratajski, Cullen. So, let's just go from the bottom to the top. So, I think Cullen, Ratajski, Gurney, you three, or you four, that's 4 people. Them 4 people, to get into the Premier League, need to win the Masters. Or they need to at least make the final and put out some big players. They absolutely need at least the final. In my personal opinion, I think they need to win the tournament. So if any of those 4 win the tournament, that's going to be my 10th pick for the Premier League. After that, we've got Michael Smith. Michael Smith, I feel like the next 4, or the next 3 players just have to outperform each other reasonably. So we've got Michael Smith, James Wade, Dave Chisnall. I think for those players to get into the Premier League, in the Masters, they have to outperform one another to a decent amount. So let's say Smith losing the quarters, Wade losing the quarters, Chiz, there's at least a semi, maybe even a final. And the same with all of them. I feel like if they're very close, or if they all go out first round, or if they all have a bad tournament, I think probably Michael Smith gets in. He's not the higher ranked player. Chizzy's the highest ranked player, then Wade, then Smith. But I feel like Smith will probably get a Sky pick or a PDC pick over Wadey or Chizzy. Just because, not necessarily he's had a better year, but he's had probably more of a consistent year. So I think he's maybe in their eyes more of an exciting player. In my opinion, I think the most exciting player on that list is probably Chizzy, but I'm not the one making the picks. So, as far as the outsiders go, I'm going to say no to all of those. As far as the Masters go, I think Cullen, Ratajski, White and Gurney need to win the tournament to get in the Premier League. And then as far as the highest unseeded, un-Premier League players go, Smith, Wade and Chiz, they have to outperform each other to a reasonable amount. So I'm thinking if one of these make the semi-finals, I think that'll probably get them in the Premier League. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys think and who you think is going to be in the Premier League. If there's anyone who I've missed or I didn't mention and you think that they've got a chance of getting in the Premier League, then let me know in the comment section down below. That'd be amazing. And yeah, anyway, guys, that's been today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Slap a like on it. Subscribe if you're brand new as well. We're trying to gain the subs at the moment. That'd be awesome if you could help me get... If you like my videos, you might as well subscribe, you know what I mean? So, thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!